Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast. As the owners of Hired Hand website software, we've been developing websites and creating internet marketing strategies for livestock breeders for the past 10 years.
The majority of our customers are involved in the breeding of registered animals, such as Texas Longhorns, Highland cattle, horses, and white-tailed deer, where the pedigrees are very important. The From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast examines many of the differences in raising pedigreed livestock for maximum profit. Join us and learn what we're covering today.
Hi, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jamie.
And it's Monday, September 11th, and today we're going to go over the highlights and data from the G&G Fall Classic sale in Culpeper, Virginia that happened this past weekend. So Jamie, you were there. What was your favorite part, or what were the highlights?
I think overall it was a pretty good weekend. It was a hot weekend in Virginia. I think the futurity seemed to go really smoothly. All the animals came in the ring timely. I don't know what the back was like, but on the spectator point of view, Sean and everyone in the back did a good job, moving the cows. The futurity moved right along. After the futurity, everyone went out to Ann's for the party where they gave away the futurity awards, and everyone got to socialize. It was a hot weekend, so towards the end of the evening, there was several kids that actually jumped in the pool to cool off. So I think that was probably fun. That was something that they hadn't done in the past.
Nice. The thing that I remember the most about Ann's is just the striking views. So I don't know if you were out there around sunset or if it was a good night for a good sunset, but the views at her place are just extraordinary.
Yeah, sunset, middle of the day, morning, anytime. The views at Ann's they're awesome. They're beautiful. And then on Saturday was the sale, and they had a good sale. Seemed like there was lots of people in attendance, and I think everyone enjoyed themselves.
Nice. Well, should we get into the data about the sale specifically?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to review the top high seller, and we're going to compare it to the most viewed online. We'll kind of go back and forth this way. So you want to start us off with the number one high seller, Jamie?
Yep, sure. So it was lot 34, KCC Catching Vibes, which was consigned by Chaos Cattle and sold for $40,000 to Chris Hesse with DCT Longhorns.
And the most viewed animal going into the sale was lot 35, HR Rebs Flame, consigned by M7 Longhorns.
The second high seller was lot 45, Jamaica Tantrum, consigned by New Age Cattle Company, who sold for $17,000 to Austin Roar, and he was wherever Austin may be. You never quite know where Austin is, but he was online and bought it that way.
So I think he was on dad duty. I recall that he was at a couple of his son's football games and also some of his daughter's volleyball matches while he had his phone or his tablet with Hired Hand Live that whole time. So thank you, Austin, for making use of our services. The second most viewed animal going into the sale was lot 34, KCCI Catchin' Vibes, consigned by Chaos Cattle Company. So the second most viewed was the number one high seller.
The third highest seller was lot 1, WPR Modest Girl, which was consigned by White Pines Ranch. She sold for $16,000 to Ann Gravitt.
And the third most viewed animal online was lot number 7, HL Barron's Magic, consigned by M7 Longhorns.
The fourth highest selling lot was lot 35, HR Rebs Flame, which was consigned by M7 Longhorns, and she sold for $11,500 to Grant Brightman with RTG.
The fourth highest viewed animal online was lot number 3, Deep Taffy, consigned by New Age Cattle Company.
So the fifth high seller was lot 51, BL Juice 439, which was consigned by E&L Texas Longhorns. So this lot was kind of special because Jerry Loveday from E&L Texas Longhorns, he donated all the proceeds from this lot to his nephew who has cancer. So this cow was sold twice, once to Ann Gravitt for $7,000, and then the second time it was sold for $4,000 to Courtney and Logan Epperson.
The fifth most viewed animal was lot number 45, Jamaica Tantrum, consigned by New Age Cattle Company. Let's go over some of the general sale results. 48 out of 51 lots sold for an unofficial total of $283,600. The official average was $5,887. There was 1 scratch and 2 POs.
The top 10 lot average was 14,035. The top 25 lot average was 9,058.
With this being the 21st sale of 2023 to be included in our Hired Hand Live Trends and Averages series, it brings the annual average to date to $6,295.43 per head.
So let's talk a little bit about the internet influence. Are you ready?
Yep.
So the value added through the internet was $29,950, and that's with 143 online bids.
4 lots sold online to 4 different online buyers, and the internet-only average was $7,487.
The highest selling online lot sold to Austin Roar, which was lot 45 for $17,000.
I think one really cool thing about some of the stats we have for this sale related to the internet, Jamie, are that if you group all of the consignments together, there were over 13,000 total views of all the consignments online.
That's a lot. That's a lot of views, a lot of clicks.
It is. We also had 72 registered internet bidders. So now we'd like to run down just a few of the top online sellers from the weekend and thank not only the consigners, but also the buyers who purchased them through Hired Hand Live.
So again, the top online seller is lot 45, Jamaican Tantrum, consigned by New Age Cattle, which sold to Austin Roar for $17,000.
The second high online seller was lot 37, GLH Houdini's Karen, consigned by Hirschberger Cattle Company, and she sold for $6,000 to Jacob Land.
Coming in at number 3 is lot 27, 4L Red Hot, consigned by Loftus Longhorns, and she sold for $4,750 to Garrett Hubble.
And rounding out the top high sellers is lot 43, Bar R Peppermint Joy, consigned by 3P Longhorn Ranch, and she sold for $2,200 to Steve Jordan on Hired Hand Live. So thank you to all of the Hired Hand online buyers and bidders.
And thanks for joining us today for this mini pod episode. Be sure to check out all of our regular podcast episode on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcast fix.
Our next mini episode will air on Monday, October 2nd, and we'll cover the Border State Spotlight Sale, which happens on September 29th in El Dorado, Kansas. We'll also be covering the Tyson McIntyre Production Sale, which occurs the following day, also in El Dorado.
To view those consignments and contribute to our most viewed online animals, visit hiredhandlivebidding.com.
And as always, if you have any episode ideas you'd like us to cover, email us at info@hiredhandsoftware.com. We'd love to hear from you.